white lips, pale face, breathing in the snowflakes, burnt lungs, sour taste. Lights gone, days end, struggling to pay rent, long nights, strange men. And they say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydreams. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries. And they scream the worst things in life come free to us, 'cause we're just under the upper hand and go mad for a couple grams. And we don't wanna go outside tonight. And in a pipe she flies to the motherland, or sells love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly. Angels to fly. Ripped gloves, raincoat, tried to swim and stay afloat. Dry house, wet clothes. Loose change, banknotes, weary-eyed and dry throat. Cold girl, no phone. And they say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydreams. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries. And they scream the worst things in life come free to us, 'cause we're just under the upper hand and go mad for a couple grams. And she don't wanna go outside tonight. And in a pipe she flies to the motherland, or sells love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly. And angels will die, covered in white, closed eyes and hoping for a better life. This time we'll fade out tonight, straight down the line. And they say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydreams. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries. And they scream the worst things in life come free to us, 'cause we're all under the upper hand, go mad for a couple grams. And we don't wanna go outside tonight. And in a pipe we fly to the motherland, or sell love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly. Angels to fly. To fly, fly. Angels to fly. To fly, to fly. Angels to die.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Sawyer, and I'm extremely proud to be the principal of Chatelech Secondary of School District 46 on the beautiful Sunshine Coast of British Columbia. I would like to first acknowledge that we are on the unceded territory of the Squamish Nation. I would also like to say how truly honored we are to be able to live, play, and celebrate on the unceded territories of the Chatelech Nation. Thank you all for tuning in to our presentation of the 2020 Chatelech Secondary Graduation Ceremony. It is my pleasure to introduce and welcome the Master of Ceremonies for this event, Mr. Sean Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Sawyer. As Master of Ceremonies, it is my honor and privilege to welcome all of you here today, including those of you viewing via broadcast, to Chatelech Secondary School's 2020 graduation ceremony. As has been noted today and for the past months, this is a time like no other in living memory. There is a saying, often misattributed, which offers the hope that one may live in interesting times. Not only are we living in interesting times, but as much, if not more than any other demographic, you, our grads, will be making meaning and taking adaptations from this time and bringing them forward to a global community that is hungry for equitable and sustainable living. Upon consideration of you, our outstanding graduating class, it is clear that we couldn't hope for a more switched-on group of individuals to undertake the challenges and reap the rewards that lie ahead. You have impressed us with creativity, with critical thinking, with resilience, and with effort. And we believe that you are more than up to both the challenges and rewards that await you. Oh yes, no pressure. Without further ado, please welcome leader of the procession, Constable Alison McBride, who will be joined by School District 46 and School District 93 graduate, Paige McLean, who will lead us in the singing of O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Car ton bras sait porter l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
We welcome members of the Chatelech Nation who grace us with the welcome song.
E tinina ukmasiaya, pa imen chin squish ala Chatelech, me wela emash ta shishasvia, chi tzechin ta swawelos, the Chatelech te ukwat ta shisha. Good evening, everyone. My ancestral name is Payamin. Here from the Chatelech people, welcoming you to our Chatelech Nation territory. Here to welcome you, congratulating our grads of 2020, thanking our dear fellow co-workers here, our language and cultural team, and our EA of the Chatelech district. Here to share our Chatelech welcome song with you, And again, I congratulate you all on your success in your graduation. Olno Molchala, we would like to share, to welcome you, to begin with our C-Shot welcome song. So, thank you, welcome you again to our C-Shot Svea. Again, happy to be here to share and be with you, even though we're not physically here with you. I always say that when we are in our Chatelech gym, to all the parents, how to say Chatelech properly. We say Chatelech. Chatelech. I hear a lot of people say Chatelech as a slang, but Chatelech in our language means the outer waters of our people. So welcome you to our Chatelech Svea. Again, it's Chatelech, not Chat or Chatelech. Just reminding you how it's said properly. Again, congratulating you all, Chades, Ancient, Ukwats, Wawelos, congratulating you on your success. We'd now like to share our honor song with you. Hold on, we'll tell them. Oh, no. Again, congratulations, and then have a good evening. Thank you.
We welcome Shishal Nation Councillor, Mr. Corey August, who brings a greeting to all students from Chief and Council and the Shishal Nation.
I Tequicwi Sishach Nation. Councillor Corey August here to share a message on behalf of Council. Council would like to congratulate all graduates of 2020 from Mamiman, from Kinnikinnick, from Chatelech, from colleges, from universities. Wherever you're graduating, we are proud of you. The Sishach Nation is proud of you. So if you're graduating from grade 12, college, or university, whatever road you choose, we hope it's a smooth road for you, because life certainly has its ups and downs, but we hope there's more ups for you. We would also like to share with you that the Sishach Nation is here for you, that the education department is here for you, so please reach out to our education department if you're looking for answers or guidance. They are here to help you. So once again, congratulations to you all. We love you and have a good day.
We welcome Powell River, Sunshine Coast MLA, Mr. Nicholas Simons, who brings greetings from the Provincial Legislative Assembly.
Congratulations to everyone who's graduating, to the entire class of 2020. On behalf of the people of the province of British Columbia and the Premier and all the residents of the Sunshine Coast, this is an exciting day for you. Years of schooling have culminated in a wonderful opportunity to celebrate this significant milestone in your life. I'd like to acknowledge that I'm on the traditional territory of the Squamish people, and I recognize that School District 46 spreads throughout the Coast Salish territory to the Sishal people as well, and I like to respect the protocol and acknowledge the territory. You're graduating from one of the best school systems in all of North America. We have the best teachers, we have the best administrators, we have the best staff that British Columbians could possibly hope for. What you've learned since entering kindergarten is impossible to quantify, but what you've gained is evident. Friendships, maturity, knowledge, and an understanding of the world that I hope serves you well throughout your lifetime. Kindergarten was so long ago, it's possible that you've already had memories that might have faded. You've had triumphs, likely you've had struggles, but along the way, you've had friends, teachers, coaches, and family to guide, push and pull, and laugh with you along the way. And this year's graduation is like no other. To you who have looked forward to doing what last year's class did, or what an older sibling or friends or relatives might have done when they graduated, you might be disappointed. But we all know you'll find ways of marking this achievement in other ways, that you'll find time in, I hope, the not too distant future where you and your friends can get together for fun. You're graduating during a pandemic that has jostled our society's foundations. Sporting and artistic events have been canceled, schools have been emptied, businesses closed, gatherings have been prohibited, and people couldn't even approach each other. And stacked on top of this is a renewed worldwide demand for racial justice, for murdered and missing Indigenous women and girls, for Black people, for Asian people, and for brown people. One day, you'll look back when some of your memories of this time may have faded, or when distance may separate you from this beautiful Sunshine Coast. I hope that on that day, you feel an immense pride in knowing that when our world faced a threat, that you and your community came together as children, youth, adults, and seniors as one, and as British Columbians, we did what we had to do. Bonnie Henry has pointed out that this is going to be a unique graduating class. It's been over 100 years since we've had an event like this pandemic, she says. Few of us will ever know or experience graduating in circumstances such as this. So, in the words of our provincial health officer, be kind, be calm, and be safe. And from all of us, we hope you just do your best, and congratulations.
We welcome Mayor Ms. Darnelda Seegers, who brings greetings from the District of Sechelt.
I am honored to bring greetings on behalf of the District of Sechelt. To all the students graduating, because of the pandemic, your graduation doesn't look anything like what you expected it to. There has been and continues to be great uncertainty in the world. For each of you, today and every day on into the future, you have a choice. Each day you can choose to fight the uncertainty, or you can embrace it and mold it to meet and support the direction you choose to move in. None of us were given a template at birth, laying out our lives for us. We've all had to figure it out for ourselves. So consider there has always been uncertainty. By making it to this day, your day of graduation, you have shown that, over the years, you have continually confronted and embraced the uncertainty. You have demonstrated the ability to focus, to move towards a goal of your own choosing. You've shown you're able to acknowledge and build on each step along the way, while being flexible when confronted by challenges. These character traits will always be with you and have only been strengthened by the times we are living in. I know that you, the class of 2020, unleashed on the world, will demonstrate that you have the skills and ability to maneuver through, around, or over any obstacle you may encounter. I look forward to seeing the mark you make on the world, for how you do that will be as unique as each of you are. I am honored to have been able to be here to share this special moment in time with you. To all of you, congratulations on your graduation.
We welcome Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Patrick Bocking, who brings greetings from School District 46.
I am so pleased to be here with you to celebrate your graduation from high school. I'm also pleased to be able to talk to you a little bit about where you are, because you are graduating from one of the best educational systems in the world. We know that British Columbia students consistently rank very highly on international tests of literacy and mathematics and science. So one of the things that you can take with you is an academic background that has prepared you for whatever you want to do in the future. I often wonder, though, as important as that is in education, is to educate, if that's really the most important thing that you're getting out of your high school experience. When I visit your school, I see students and staff interacting with each other respectfully and joyfully. As a stranger, I may come into the school and students smile at me. They hold the door for me. They make me feel welcome. It's a special culture that you have in your school. It's a special environment that is going to set you up for success for the rest of your life. It's something special to set up a system and a culture of support. Wherever you go for the rest of your lives, you're going to be bringing that with you. We have challenges in our world. We have diversity. We have change. And we have opportunity. With your excellent education that you've developed with your teachers and with other staff, you're going to do wonderfully, wherever you go. Some of you are going to begin in the work world. Some of you are going to be thinking a little bit more about exactly what it is you want to do. And some of you are going straight to college or university to further your education in different areas. Wherever you go, all of us at School District 46, all of your teachers and your principals, all staff, are so proud of you. Congratulations on your graduation. I wish you all the best.
We welcome School District number 46 Board Chair, Ms. Pamela Ruth, who brings greetings from the board office.
I stand here at this podium on behalf of the School District 46 Sunshine Coast Board of Education to congratulate you on this amazing achievement. You have all worked so very hard to get to this point, only to find uncertainty in where you will go from here. I'm not going to sugarcoat what you're going to face going forward. These are unprecedented times. However, they are also ever-changing times. The beauty of the future is that it is always the unknown. No one has the privilege of seeing beyond what is today. Plans? If you had plans on going to university, but now everything is online, just remember 3 months ago, half the adult population didn't know what Zoom was. If we can figure it out, you can rock whatever technology has to throw at you. Planned on backpacking in Australia or taking a gap year travel to Europe? We already live in an amazing country that people from all over the world come to visit. Our beautiful province even more so. Explore your own backyard. Spend part of your grad money on helping your local economy get back on its feet. You will forever be known as the COVID class of 2020. But I am a believer in a silver lining. You will be able to outstory our generation with our 13 TV channels and no PVR. And even your grandparents' generation with walking to school 2 miles uphill, both there and back. You are special. You will face the unknown head on and accept the challenges that come your way, because that's who you are now. I would like to extend our thanks to your parents, as well as to teachers and staff for helping keep your momentum going. I am sure it was not an easy feat keeping you on task regardless of the pandemic. But ultimately, it was your doing, your perseverance that got you here. And it is that spark that will get you through anything the future throws at you. You've got this. And remember, when the path looks difficult, look back at what you have already accomplished, what you have been through, and know that just like getting to where you are at this moment, you will never be truly alone. Chin chin sway, we are all in this together. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2020.
We welcome Principal of Chatelech Secondary, Mr. Mark Sawyer.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. A warm welcome to parents, guardians, families, honored guests, Chatelech staff, our extended community, and most of all, to the students of the grad class of 2020. To the grads, this spring, your last semester at Chatelech, is a time I know you and your families have been anticipating for many years. However, we fully acknowledge that our collective actions to prevent COVID-19 spread have caused a disruption in this special semester. The staff at Chatelech are as heartbroken as you are that your final months at our school and multiple opportunities to celebrate your crowning achievements have been impacted by this global crisis. I know that many of you have successfully navigated challenging situations in the past, and while this one is certainly both historic and unique, I am confident that we will be a resilient community and that each of you will not only persevere, but grow from this experience. Indeed, we all will learn much from this extraordinary challenge. The grad class of 2020 and I have a special connection. As incoming grade 8s and as a new vice principal in the building, we both shared in the excitement of the first day of the new school. Roaming the hallways in that first year, I was awestruck by the energy and enthusiasm you possessed. You were critical in thought, creative in your thinking, and curious about exploring your personal and physical boundaries. Over the years, you began to challenge the status quo. While some of you held court in the grade 9 hallway, professing the injustices of the establishment, others quietly developed the self-reliance to express themselves in the ways that made you feel safe and confident. You defined yourselves by what made you feel empowered. Yearly dance shows showcased the hard work and dedication of a number of our grads. Some of you explored your passions on our stage through the theatrical and musical arts, demonstrating your skills in such shows as Joseph, Fiddler, Newsies, concert performances, or just through singing and playing in the band room. It was here that many of you took our breath away with the confidence and radiance you brought to your role or in the music you performed or composed. Many took to the court or the field to demonstrate your prowess in athletic pursuits, and your appetite for excellence in these passions will continue to support you as you progress through life. It's not always easy for some of you as you had to embrace both the physical and mental challenges that come with achieving your goals and dreams. Don't give up on those dreams. You're gonna edit that out, right? I loved walking into the fine arts and fabric arts rooms. So many of you sought solace with paint, pencils, or other fine arts which allowed you to express yourself in a unique way. Your work has both inspired and in some cases haunted me during your time at Chatelech. Our skills exploration program has allowed you to explore various talents in working with wood, metal, culinary, and mechanics. In these creative outlets, you demonstrated how at home you were when guided by the tactile nature of learning. Our school is a welcoming place, full of opportunity for all students to be who they want to be. The grad class of 2020 has truly embraced these opportunities over the years and made the most of their experiences to hone their skills, push their limits, or up their reps or gains. When I look back on this group over the years, the one thing that collectively stands out most about you is your values. You have consistently shown empathy, responsibility, respect, and integrity in all that you do. You had an immediate appreciation and understanding for the core values, and I never felt like we had to force them on you. When we reflect on the number of times that a student from your grade had visited the office for misconduct over the past year and years before, we can honestly say that this group has been noticeably absent. Oh, don't mind if I do. "5 years may seem like a long time for all of you. For me, it has flown by, and I can't believe that you are already leaving us. A lot can happen in 5 years. Children transform into young adults. Your ideas change from the me to the we. Back in grade 8, you were asked to share your thoughts and aspirations in your first week at Chatelech. I'd like to share some of those random responses now. The first question, when asked to share a famous person who they admired, one student responded, "Shay Mitchell, because she is amazing. Duh." Another grade 8 student admired Shawn Mendes because he is so talented and amazing, and I love him. Other students were asked to prognosticate life at 25. "When I am 25, one student wrote, I will hopefully be married and have a kid or be preggo." Another stated, "When I am 25, I will be in my own house with 1,000 horses." Adorable. And this gem, "When I am 25, I will get all the ladies." I think this response encapsulates the mind of a grade 8. The question, My friends will tell you that I am obsessive, crazy, freaking nuts, really funny, good spirit, believe really hard in Larry, colorful, creative, uses the microwave too much, doesn't like school. Yeah, that's a grade 8. One thing most people don't know about me is I rate guys' cuteness from 1 to 10. One thing most people don't know about me is I can't tell you that or people will know. My pet peeve is when Dorothy leaves long strands of hair out of her ponytail. Asked to describe the meaning to their name, a student responded, I am named after a mix of my mom and dad's name and also Shania Twain's. And this is my personal favorite. I am named for eating bacon. When talking about lessons learned or misgivings, and these are important, some students shared, I have no regrets about dumping glitter on Ethan in elementary school. What is a mistake that taught you a lesson? What lesson did you learn? The student stated, in kindergarten, I swapped clothes with Simon. I learned that day to know what stupid and not stupid ideas were. And finally, one of you in grade 8 boldly stated, when I want to, I have the ability to burp on cue, spelt with a Q. So much has been learned. Each of you will have had a unique experience during your time at Chatelech. The relationships you have built with staff and your peers are at the very core, the driving force that transforms a bricks and mortar structure into a creative, critical, and welcoming environment for learning. I want to thank you for being my first grade 8s and allowing me to be part of your journey. You've learned along the way to think differently, to challenge, to aspire, to transform, but most importantly, I hope we have helped you discover the tools and skills you will need to follow your individual and true path in life. We wish you all the best in all that you choose to do, and know that you will always have a place in our hearts. Thank you.
Please welcome Skylar Moore and Grace Brisebois. Please welcome Anais Bale and Ashaya Waki. Please welcome Kayla Thorburn and Maya Samoji. Please welcome Aurora Baxter and Lindsay Cates. Please welcome Charlie Norman and Carmen Mancuso. Please welcome Felice Meyer and Harrison Watson. Please welcome Chica Dato and Louise Joy Alalin. Please welcome Lily Nason and Karsten Bjerkebro. Please welcome Montana Healy and Paige McLean. Please welcome Ben Bryan and Alex Peepjohn. Please welcome Nolan McKenna and Jasmine Everett. Please welcome Sasha Cardos Machado and Maddie Baines. Please welcome Gabby Bishop and Bella Day. Please welcome Jake McLean and Brock Flatt. Please welcome Sarah Marshall and Violet Ray. Please welcome Corey Green and Haley Davis. Please welcome Abby Shorthouse and Olivia Alston. Please welcome Alea Conway and Annika Kilroy. Please welcome Ethan Hafey and Ben Robinson. Please welcome Judah DeFries and Amelia Thorpe. Please welcome Hansik Min and Wesley Schneider. Please welcome Michaela Sawchuk and Emma Shorthouse. Please welcome Izzy Dixon and Jennifer Mayer. Please welcome Victoria Eccleston and Jackson Hendricks. Please welcome Max Wallace and Ash Brewer. Please welcome Alyssa Whitaker and Jonas Leslie. Please welcome Maya McCann and Jake Joe. Please welcome Isabel Stevens. Please welcome Regan Scott and Rogan Mack. Please welcome Thomas Garbera and Cordell Johnson. Please welcome Christopher Hatlow and Nigel Wright. Please welcome Maddie Jorgensen and Tiffany Baldwin. Please welcome Maddie Welsh and Maddie Newman. Please welcome Brenna McLean and Claire Pierre. Right there. Please welcome Jade Shellstad and Thomas Laverick. Please welcome Ty Burt and Isaiah Murphy. Please welcome Tyson Follis and Hayden Polton. Please welcome Emma McLean and Jade Pratt. Please welcome Gabrielle Foe and Lucas Gelling. Please welcome Dorothy Harrower and Thea Grenier. Please welcome Julian Denham-Rolachek and James Koyman. Please welcome Simon Fern and Ethan Cockfield. Please welcome Neil Brousseau.
Hello, my name is Luba Ardwin, Scholarship and Bursary Coordinator for Chatelech Secondary School. This is typically the part of our annual graduation ceremony that we all look forward to as it provides an opportunity for us to introduce you to not only our graduating students, but to the community at large. It has always been very important to us at Chatelech Secondary that we provide each of you a moment to personally present your award to the recipient, congratulate them, and have photos taken together to mark this very important event. It's unfortunate that we are unable to include you this year personally in the ceremony, but it most certainly does not take away from our appreciation for your support. We take this moment to express our most sincere gratitude to you. Your generosity demonstrates a deep commitment to help support our students with their post-secondary endeavors. Each of you, with your financial assistance, help to make educational dreams and plans possible for many of our graduating students. Your financial support is not taken for granted and is most appreciated. On behalf of all of us at Chatelech Secondary School, thank you. We look forward to celebrating with you again when it is safe to do so. Thank you.
Skylar Moore. Skylar will be staying on the coast to save up for her future travel plans and continue on her Rotary journey. Skylar thanks her grandma, her mom, who encouraged her to strive for her best and were her biggest supporters. She also thanks Miss McCrone for teaching her that it's okay to step back, and Mr. Hindmarsh for taking her far beyond her comfort zone and for always having humor to back her up. Shout out to Miss McQueen, Tracy, and Ursula for making her smile every day and listening to the stories her friends only rolled their eyes at. Grace Brisebois. Grace's future begins with playing volleyball for the Capilano University women's team in September. She wants to thank her family, her dad for all the hours in the gym trying not to get hit in the face with a ball and weight training, trying to put more meat on her bones. It didn't work. Her mom for the many nights staying up late, helping her with homework that she left until the very last minute before it was due. Her grandma for driving her everywhere, and her sister Emma for all the help with homework when she didn't even know where to start. Thanks, Mr. Smith, for never questioning that 80% of her credits for graduation were made up of 17 PE courses. You're most welcome, Grace. See you in September. Anais Bale. Anais will be attending Capilano University in the fall to pursue a Bachelor of Art Design degree, with which she hopes to gather the skills to become an art director. She fondly remembers her grade 10 trip to Manning Park, where she first learned to ski and made memories she'll never forget. Anais would like to thank her parents and teachers who supported her through high school and encouraged her to always try her hardest in everything she did. She also wants to thank her friends for always being there and making her laugh. Ashaya Waki. Ashaya plans to attend Capilano University next September in the Communication Studies Bachelor Degree program. She would like to thank her family, friends, and teachers for all of their support and encouragement throughout the years. She would like to give a special dedication to her sister for her unwavering dedication. Kayla Thorburn. Kayla will be attending UBC in September in the Bachelor of Science program. She will study forensic science and biochemistry to pursue a career as a pediatric cardiologist. Her favorite memory is attending Encounters with Canada in Ottawa. Kayla wants to thank her parents for believing she can do anything, Mr. Sawyer, Mr. Charters, and Mr. Hindmarch for supporting her, Mr. Mocheline for pushing her, Mr. Weatherston for getting her through chem, Ms. Lidicote and Ms. Legault for helping her with school applications, and Ms. McCrone for her advice. Maya Samoji. Maya will be majoring in writing at UVic in the upcoming fall and working towards a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. While eager for university, Maya is fond of the time she spent at Chatelech, but not fond enough to stay. She would like to thank her friends, her classmates, her teachers, the school, her friends again, and her parents. She wishes the best of luck to her classmates, but mostly herself. Aurora Baxter. Aurora would like to thank everyone who has put up with her these past few years, especially her friends. Despite an unusual and frankly frightening start to 2020, she knows all of you will move on to wonderful things. She wishes you all the very best and will miss you all as you move forward and apart. Lindsay Cates. After graduation, Lindsay will be attending Capilano University for 3D animation for film and game, with hopes that she will in some way better society through awesome movies for Pixar and Disney. She will miss the friendly Chatelech staff who showed her that high school isn't nearly as scary as she thought. A special shout out for Mr. Sawyer for being the best principal a student could ask for. Lindsay wants to thank all her family, friends, classmates, and mentors who made her the person she is today. Most of all, Lindsay thanks her parents, who have always been there to support her through life, even if it meant helping hot glue a cardboard replica of the Titanic at 2 a.m. Finally, she wishes the best of luck to her fellow grads on their own journeys beyond high school and into the real world. Charlie Norman. Charlie plans to take a gap year to travel Europe and visit their distant relatives, as well as to explore Eastern North America. After their gap year, Charlie plans to pursue their love of social science at either Capilano University or the University of Victoria. They hope to become a renowned scholar and human rights activist. Charlie would like to thank the teachers and staff of Chatelech, as well as their friends and family, for supporting them and teaching them everything they need to know in order to make a positive impact on the world. Carmen Mancuso. For post-secondary, Carmen will be attending McGill University in practically another country, Quebec. He will be entering in life sciences with plans to major in psychology or neuroscience. He will also continue in music with a special interest in jazz accordion. Yes, it is a legitimate genre. Out of his many fond memories of Chatelech, he will always remember the many hours spent in the band room. Carmen would also especially like to thank Mr. McCallum, Mr. Kello, and Ms. Douglas for opening up his world to the wonders of the arts. Feliz Meyer. Feliz will be attending BCIT this fall to pursue a diploma of architectural and building technology and hopes to continue her education to become an architect. Feliz would thank her parents and grandparents for showing her the value of working hard. She would also like to give a special thank you to Ms. Legault, Mr. Weatherston, and Mr. Smith for all the help and support they have given her over the years. Feliz will miss working out in the weight room, timbits with the grad council, and disrupting Ms. Legault's class with grace. Harrison Watson. Harrison will be attending UVic in the fall to pursue a Bachelor of Commerce, then hopes to become a CPA accountant and own his own firm. He would like to thank his mom and dad for providing him with the tools to succeed and teaching him life lessons that he will take with him throughout his life and career. He would like to thank Mr. Davis and Miss Legault for helping him throughout his years at Chatelech. He will miss the weight room and hanging out with his friends at lunch. Nachika Dato. Nachika will be attending BCIT in the fall to pursue a dream in business studies in the hopes of becoming a successful entrepreneur and philanthropist. She fondly remembers staying up all night at the grad girl sleepover and will miss all the early morning grad council meetings. Nachika would like to thank her family, friends, and teachers for helping her to get her where she is. She would like to say a special thank you to Mr. Smith for getting her through the year. It's something you definitely accomplished in fine form, Nachika. Louise Joy Alalin. Louise Joy will be going to Camosun in the fall to pursue a career in the medical field. Her favorite memory was witnessing Nachika fall out of a tree in outdoor ed. Louise would like to thank her family for always being there for her and to all the teachers that have helped her along the way. A very special thank you to Mr. Hindmarsh for making high school one for the books. Lily Nason. Lily plans on moving to the city in the fall to continue and finish her first-year apprenticeship of culinary school while working at a restaurant. Lily would like to thank all of the teachers that have made high school a great experience. Some of her favorite memories are playing manhunt and going camping with Mr. Hindmarsh in outdoor ed. She would especially like to thank Miss Gordon for all of the help with her career path. She would also like to thank her friends and family for always believing in her. Karsten Bjerkebro. Karsten will be going into the carpentry trade and possibly moving into the field of electric work. He will miss going downtown with his friends for lunch and buying all of the chocolate that was on sale. He would like to thank Miss Gordon for helping him get into the Trade and Trades carpentry course in grade 11. He would also like to thank his various teachers for being patient with him, and of course, the snooze button on his alarm clock. Montana Healy. Montana will fondly remember the art room and times with her friends. She would like to thank everyone who supported her throughout her journey at Chatelech. Well done, Montana. Paige McLean. Paige will be taking a gap year while volunteering with the ST46 musical theater program. Once the gap year is over, she plans to attend Capilano University to pursue a bachelor's degree in musical theater and continuing to blow you all away with her performances. She would like to thank her friends, namely Madison Tidmarsh, Ash Brewer, and Max Wallace, for getting her through her high school life, and teachers, Miss Douglas, and Madam Klein for always believing in her. See you on the big screen. Ben Bryan. Ben will be attending UBCO in the fall to study clinical exercise physiology in hopes of becoming a physiotherapist. Ben would like to thank his parents, friends, teachers, and especially Darren Dixon for bettering his time at Chatelech. Alex Pump It Up Peep John. Alex is looking forward to spending the rest of 2020 at home, wishing he could be at UVic. His favorite memory at Chatelech was when Manning Park closed the mountain, and Alex, along with some other of the young, fine lads on the trip, hiked up anyways and made a booter. He would like to thank Mr. Hindmarsh for letting him go on the Manning Park trips, despite not being in the class, and Mr. Dixon for opening the gym after school. Nolan McKenna. Nolan will be attending UVic in Earth and Ocean Sciences or a Bachelor of Forestry at UBC next year and is stoked to learn about the environment he lives in. He fondly remembers the great days in Whistler with the ski team, hot sunny days with the Ultimate team, and captivating lessons of Chem 12. He is sad he missed both senior Ultimate seasons, but looks forward to playing in university. Nolan would like to thank his friends and family for always motivating him to do better and inspiring him to follow his passions. Jasmine Everett. Jasmine will be attending UVic this fall to pursue kinesiology. She would like to thank the Coast Academy of Dance and all the lovely teachers who have been there for her since she was 3. Boy, over 20 years, Jasmine. She will miss all friends and the dedicated teachers, especially Ms. McCrone for explaining the math countless times, and Mr. Heinmarsh, who was always understanding and greeted everyone with a warm smile. Jasmine also wants to thank her mom, dad, and sister for the endless support and love throughout her entire life. Sasha Cardos Machado. Sasha will attend Bishop's University in Sherbrooke, Quebec in the fall of 2020 for a Bachelor of International Studies. After university, Sasha has plans to travel the world and live life to the fullest. She hopes to later pursue a career in Canadian government as a Member of Parliament. She would like to thank her wonderful parents and friends that have supported her along the way, as well as a special shout out to Ms. McQueen for brightening each and every day Sasha spent at Chatelech. Madison Baines. Maddie will be attending post-secondary in the fall to take a year of general science studies to attain the necessary prerequisites for transferring into nursing the following year. She would like to thank all of her friends, family, and teachers for the endless support and encouragement throughout high school. Gabby Desgagnés Bishop. Gabby will be attending UBC in the fall to study psychology. She would like to thank her parents for everything they have done to help her achieve her goals. Gabby would also like to thank her friends for making every day a fun day. Bella Daig. Bella will be attending UVic in the winter to pursue a Bachelor of Psychology degree, after which she hopes to work within a psychiatric ward with her main focus on youth. She wants to help young people who are in need and give them the hope and recognition that they rightfully deserve. Bella would like to thank her mother for always supporting her through her journey and motivating her to pull through with graduating early. She would also like to thank her friends for being there for her, especially Izzy, for always pushing her to succeed. Jake McLean. In the fall, Jake is hoping, emphasis on the hoping, that everything will work out so he can attend classes at UBC in Kelowna and not from his bedroom. Jake believes that his most memorable moment of high school will be how the final semester didn't even take place at school. He doesn't think anyone will forget that. Most importantly, Jake would like to thank the one and only Mr. Darren Dixon, who has spent hours upon hours in the gym helping us kids. Jake believes he deserves more credit for what he does, which should include a hefty raise. Brock Flatt. Brock's plans for next year are currently in the works. He will remember many things fondly about Chatelech. Brock would like to thank his family and teachers for the support and his friends for the good and memorable times. Sarah Marshall. Sarah will be attending the Justice Institute of BC this fall to become a paramedic. She will remember all the great times at Chatelech and the nicknames like Horse Girl and Man Hands Marshall. She wants it publicly noted that Ethan Hafey often stole her jokes to hit on girls in front of her. Sarah wants to thank all the staff who helped her throughout the years, especially Mr. Sawyer, whose office door was always open. Finally, she wants to shout out to the guys who took her car's windshield wipers every day at school when it was raining. Violet Ray. Violet will be taking a gap year until next fall, then plans to attend VIU to study creative writing in the hopes of one day publishing her own book. A fond memory she has from Chatelech was the grad girl sleepover and always being corrected by Mr. Sawyer to say Mr. before Sawyer. Violet would like to thank her parents, Ms. McCrone for teaching her math, Mr. Hindmarsh for taking her on so many adventures, Mr. Davis for convincing her that her stories are good enough, and Mr. Sawyer for being an amazing ultimate coach and principal. Corey Green. Corey will pursue his passion in filmmaking by attending the Powell River Film School following graduation in hopes of becoming an indie filmmaker. He shall forever remember the time he shared with his friends, like the amazing parties, the beautiful campfires, and the time he bruised his tailbone in a pillow fight. He is thankful to have his friends for putting up with him, his family for believing in him, and most importantly, Super Granny 2, Granny in Paradise for the PC. Haley Davis. Haley will be attending UVic, whenever COVID lets her, to pursue a Bachelor of Science degree. She looks forward to getting out of quarantine and traveling. Haley would like to thank Mr. Mocheline for giving her tea and cookies and for teaching her French swear words. And Haley, we're looking forward to the eventual investigation into Mr. Mo's teaching practice. Abby Shorthouse. Abby plans to pursue a Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree at the College of New Caledonia in the fall. She will miss her friends and all of the lunchtime spent laughing in Sarah's car. She wants to thank her family for pushing her to do her best and IGA for the extra $2 an hour hazard pay. Olivia Alston. Olivia will be attending UVic in the Gustafson School of Business this fall to get a bachelor degree in commerce. She would like to thank Corinne Zimmer for all the support and help throughout her time at Chatelech. She will miss all the good times in the art room with Abby and Sarah. Alea Conway. Alea is planning to take a gap year to work, save money, and finish the ISTD Associates program at the Coast Academy of Dance here on the coast. After that, she has no idea what the future may hold for her, but she hopes to do some traveling before she continues to post-secondary. Alea is very thankful for all of the amazing friends she has met at Chatelech over the years and all the memories she shared with them. Alea would finally like to personally thank Mr. Davis, Ms. McQueen, and Mr. Shaw for all being the absolute biggest homies. Annika Kilroy. Annika wants to thank her friends and family, especially Leva, for supporting her when times were tough. Annika plans to travel and visit all 7 wonders of the world before pursuing post-secondary. She fondly remembers writing class when once she had to write 500 words about a plastic fruit dish, and with that memory in mind, wants to thank Mr. Davis for showing her that with a good imagination, even the most mundane things can become extraordinary. Even a bowl of fruit. Ethan Hafey. Ethan will be taking a gap year and traveling to Mexico this fall, where he will be working, hanging out with friends, and surfing. After his travel, Ethan plans on attending the West Coast College of Massage Therapy in Victoria to pursue a career in registered massage therapy and also to continue to play rugby. Ethan would like to thank Mr. Scar for opening countless doors and constantly pushing him to succeed, Mr. Friesen for helping him remember to live one day at a time, and his parents for supporting him through it all. Ben Robinson. Ben's plans for next year are currently in the works. He will fondly remember the skate park at Chatelech. He would also like to thank his parents, brothers, and teachers for supporting him throughout his time at Chatelech and for their endless patience. Judah DeFries. Judah's future plans are to work hard and skate harder. You will see him in Thrasher magazine one day. He will remember all the times at lunch and after school learning new tricks at the park with his friends. Judah would like to thank his mom and dad for never giving up on him and spending hours and hours helping him through his schoolwork so that he could graduate today. Amelia Thorpe. Amelia will be attending Trinity Western University in the fall to pursue a Bachelor of Arts honor degree in political science with a minor in human services. She plans to become involved with the Wagner Hill Farm Society to provide spiritual support for women recovering from addiction. After she obtains her undergraduate degree, Amelia hopes to attend law school and work in humanitarian services. She would like to thank all the teachers and the staff at Chatelech for supporting her, as well as her parents for always believing in her. Hansink Min. Hansink will be going to Vancouver Community College in the fall to study dental technology. He hopes to become a great dentist and be very successful. He would like to thank his parents for always supporting him and his friends for being a part of his happiness all throughout high school. Wesley Schneider. Wesley will be working for a year and then going to study in Germany. He would like to thank his parents and his friends for getting him through high school, as well as the teachers that helped him grow as a learner, but more importantly, as a human. The most crucial moment in his high school education was the moment he realized that he belonged at Chatelech. Not only are the teachers fantastic, but the community is beyond outstanding. He would also like to wish all his fellow grads great success in their futures. Michaela Sawchuk. Michaela wants to go to university to become an elementary school teacher. She would like to thank her family for all of the support along the way. She would also like to thank her friends for all the fun times. Emma Shorthouse. Emma will be taking a gap year to work, but will be taking online classes for her certifications for professional dog training, aggressive dog training, and service dog training. She hopes to open her own kennel for daycare and boarding in a few years. She has many good memories at Chatelech. Any with her friends are the best, but also Clayton Park or the skate park at lunch, just listening to music and hanging out with everyone. She wants to thank her dad and Nana for always being there for her and having her back no matter what. Isabel Dixon. Izzy is still making her plans for next year, but she would like to continue with her art. She will fondly remember the art room at Chatelech and would like to thank all those who supported her along the way. Jennifer Mayer. Jen will be attending Kwantlen Polytechnic University in the fall to pursue an Associate of Arts degree, after which she will attend UBC to earn her master's degree in social work. After she graduates, she will start her career in Child Protective Services with the goal of one day having the right education, job title, and experience to start changing the laws and the way we handle situations involving children and poor families. Chatelech has created so many wonderful memories for Jen, It's the place where she reconnected with her best friend and met some of the most amazing people she has ever known. She wants to thank her parents and best friends for helping her get through the last 5 years. Victoria Eccleston. Victoria is planning to continue to pursue her artwork and share her stories through it. She would like to thank all those who supported her at Chatelech and has fond memories of being in the art room. Jackson Hendricks. Jackson will be attending UVic in the fall to study history and anthropology. His goal is to become a professor of history and travel the world. He remembers when he first came to Chatelech in grade 11 and everyone welcomed him with open arms. Jackson would like to thank all of his teachers, classmates, and friends for giving him a genuine sense of belonging and community. Max Wallace. Max doesn't have any set plans after graduation. They will always remember Chatelech because it's a place that they learn to be proud of who they are no matter what. Max would also like to give a huge thanks to all the teachers who got them through high school no matter how stubborn they can be. They would also like to give a special thanks to Miss Lidicote, Ms. Legault, Miss Martinez, Mr. McCallum, and Miss Charters for always being there for them and giving them the best advice. Special thanks also to their parents for believing in them until the very end. Ash Brewer. Ash dreams of pursuing a career in voice acting and one day having their own recording studio. They will remember many moments at Chatelech spent with friends. Ash would like to thank everyone who supported them throughout high school, but especially Max. Alyssa Whitaker. Alyssa will be attending college after a gap year to receive an Education Assistant Certificate. She will work as an EA and hopes to eventually go back to school to become a teacher. She would like to thank all the staff at Chatelech and West Sechelt that have helped her along the way and supported her goals. She'd also like to thank her grandparents, her aunt, and her boyfriend for being there for her through all the twists and turns and for believing in her. Maya McCann. After high school, Maya does not know for sure what she wants to be or do yet. She plans to travel around the world in her dream van with some close friends. Afterwards, she'll seek employment wherever she is and own a house of her own one day. Maya would like to thank her family sincerely for never giving up on her and always helping her pursue her wildest dreams. Jake Joe. Jake is still determining his future plans, but has an interest in the culinary arts and the movie industry. He would like to thank his Auntie Valerie, Auntie Lenora, and Miss Martinez for all their help and support. Isabel Stevens. Isabel will be attending Capilano University in the fall and pursuing her goal to go into youth work and counseling so she can help teenagers with mental illness and be the voice she wished she had when battling it herself. She would like to thank her mother, Janet, for being her biggest advocate, Maggie, her counselor, for always listening, and the doctors at BC Children's Hospital for providing for her with the care she needed to get better. Finally, a favorite quote of hers, "And hope is like love, a ridiculous, wonderful, powerful thing." Jonas Leslie. Jonas's favorite memories of high school were on field trips to Catherine Lake, bowling, and sledding at Dakota Ridge. He will miss PE, foods, and hanging out with his friends. Jonas would like to thank Carol for helping him, his mom for cooking, and his dad for driving him to school. Regan Scott. Regan will be attending UVic in the fall of 2021 after a year of deferral to pursue mechanical engineering. He then hopes to become either an aeronautical engineer searching for alternative power sources for air travel or a biomechanical engineer developing prosthetic limbs. He will miss the early morning grad council timbits that sometimes weren't there, as well as the widespread success of R&R on the airwaves. He would like to thank Ms. McCrone and Mr. Weatherston for always pushing him hard in math and chemistry. Rogan Mack. Rogan plans on attending Harvard University in the fall before waking up at the car wash and realizing it was a dream. He also plans on visiting a friend in Germany who is an up-and-coming artist with vocal political views. Rogan will miss hosting the global hit radio segment R&R on the airwaves and the Lunchtime Tim's run that would always end in heavy traffic on the way back. Rogan wants to thank all of his teachers, especially Miss Judd, who wasn't afraid to tell him when his work was bad. Thomas Garbera. Thomas will be attending UVic in the fall to pursue a Bachelor of Science degree and hopes to go into the medical field and work towards finding cures for inoperable diseases such as cancer. Since moving to the Sunshine Coast 2 years ago, he is thankful to have had the opportunity to play hockey and soccer while making new friends. Thomas would like to thank his parents and teachers for always pushing him to try his hardest, especially when he didn't have the motivation to do so himself. Cordell Johnson. Cordell plans to take a gap year and then attend post-secondary in the fall of 2021 with the goal of becoming a school or community counselor. He would like to recognize his teachers, parents, and friends for their support during his years at Chatelech. Christopher Hatlow. Christopher's plans for next year are currently in the works. He will fondly remember his good friends at Chatelech. He would also like to thank his parents and teachers for supporting him throughout his time at Chatelech and for their love and patience. Nigel Wright. Nigel will be taking a gap year and plans to attend university in the future. He would like to thank his teachers for making the last 5 school years bearable. Nigel would like to thank his parents for their support and his friends for being great. His fondest school-related memories are playing basketball for the sports team, making crepes in French class, and playing lots of manhunt. He's excited and optimistic for whatever the future has in store for him. Madison Jorgensen. Madison's plans for next year are in the works. She will fondly remember her time at Chatelech Secondary School, especially time spent with friends. She would like to thank everyone who supported her along the way. Tiffany Baldwin. Tiffany will pursue criminology in post-secondary next year. She will fondly remember all her time spent playing rugby during her years at Chatelech. She would like to thank Mr. Sawyer and all those who supported her through high school. Maddie Welsh. Maddie will be attending the University of Fraser Valley in the fall to pursue a Bachelor of Criminal Justice degree. She then hopes to start a career in law enforcement or become a lawyer. Her favorite memory was the teachers versus the senior girls volleyball team games. Maddie would like to thank her parents for encouraging her to do her homework and not slack off, and a thank you to all of her teachers who supported her through her years at Chatelech. Maddie Newman. Maddie plans on taking a gap year in hopes of starting her nursing unit clerk program next fall. Maddie would like to thank her family, friends, and school staff for never giving up on her and for supporting her through all her academic years. Brenna McLean. Brenna will be taking a gap year next year, working at Starbucks, and hopefully attending school for hospitality and tourism in the fall of 2021. She'd like to thank Mr. Sawyer for always pushing her to be the best version of her, as well as her friends and family for supporting her every step of the way. Claire Pierre. Claire plans to take a gap year to work and travel. Claire has fond memories at Chatelech of spending time with her good friends. She would like to thank everyone who supported her throughout her years at Chatelech. Jade Shelstad. Jade will be trying to pull herself together in efforts of future success. She hopes to travel to vast areas like Florida or somewhere, when it's safe, and hopefully figure out what she wants to do with her life on the way. Jade's fondest memories were of the time spent in Drama 11 when she and her friends were told they couldn't act by a substitute teacher. Thomas Laverick. Thomas plans to stay with the 2963 Army Cadet Corps until he ages out next year, when he will then join the Canadian Army as an infantry reservist in the Seaforth Highlanders of Canada. Thomas also plans on continuing to ride his bike and train to someday be in the BC bike race. Thomas would like to thank his family, teachers, and friends for helping him to get this far and making in life and making him the person he is today. Ty Burt. Ty will continue to pursue a career in automotive mechanics next year as he continues to work towards his Red Seal. His fondest memories of Chatelech is Mr. Josh for all his stories. He would like to thank his family for giving him the kick when he needed it, and Brenda for believing in him. Isaiah Murphy. Isaiah plans on continuing to pursue his automotive training to become a Red Seal automotive technician. He will always remember the tree at the bottom of Chatelech Hill that he and Hayden met on the day of grade 12, the first day, on Miss Masich's birthday. He would like to give a huge thank you to his family, Miss Machis, Mr. Sawyer, Miss Hadler, Mr. Dixon, Mr. Scar, Mr. Faucus, Miss Charters, and Mr. Mark Heiderbreck for getting him through high school. He would also like to say, huh? Tyson Follis. Tyson will move to Vancouver with Julian and Lucas next month, where he plans to pursue a career as an automotive technician. He would like to thank Miss Masich, Mr. Sawyer, and Cécile Desgagnés for always supporting him. He would also like to thank his parents for driving him to school every day from Pender. Hayden Poulton. Hayden will begin his new career at OK Tire as an automotive technician. He will always remember breaking Isaiah's dash in half with his head while Isaiah met the tree. He would like to thank Miss Masich, Mr. Sawyer, his parents, and Miss Littlecote for writing this out for him. Emma McLean. Emma will be attending UBC Okanagan in September for a Bachelor of Science degree and plans to major in ecology and evolutionary biology. Emma would like to thank Mr. Hindmarsh for the 5 years of adventure and outdoor ed. Even when we get stuck in Manning Park, it was still a great time. And of course, she thanks her family for trying to keep her on track. Jade Pratt. Jade will be taking a gap year to work, play lacrosse, and become used to the graduated life. She plans on eventually studying something in the science field, but doesn't know exactly what quite yet. She has really appreciated all the care and support from all of her teachers over the years, and is grateful to have learned so much from them, not only about herself, but also about how fractions work. Jade is very happy to have had such a positive high school experience, and is thankful to have made so many amazing friends along the way. Gabrielle Faux. Gabrielle will be taking a gap year next year to work and save money. She will always remember all the good memories she made with her friends. Gabrielle would like to thank her parents for always being there and for their constant support. Lucas Gelling. Lucas will be moving into Vancouver with his friends Tyson and Julian, and will be going to school in September 2021. Lucas would like to thank his mum for always supporting him. Dorothy Harrower. Dorothy will be attending UBC Okanagan in the fall to study for a Bachelor of Arts degree in sociology. She then hopes to go to law school, as her ultimate goal is to practice criminal law. Dorothy would like to thank Corinne Zimmer for helping her pass all of her classes, especially math. She's very grateful for all her family's support, the amazing Manning Park ski trips, but most of all, her best friends for making all these years not only bearable, but ones to remember. Thea Grenier. Thea will be attending UBCO in the fall and will hopefully be able to live on the campus. She wants to thank all of her teachers and is grateful for being a part of the wonderful Francophone community. She would like to thank Mr. Sawyer for being a great ultimate Frisbee coach, and Thea will always remember coming in 5th place in the provincials. Thea would also like to thank all her friends that she made throughout her high school experience and wants everyone to know that she will always remember them. Julian Denham Rolacek. Julian is planning on moving to Vancouver with Tyson Follis and Lucas Gelling. He will be attending Capilano University and taking part in their soccer team's preseason training, hoping to secure a spot on the roster for the upcoming season. He wants to thank all the teachers who pushed him to do better, no matter how much he resisted. James Koeman. James is planning on attending BCIT in 2021 to continue second-year carpentry with high hopes of becoming a Red Seal carpenter. He would like to show appreciation to the following people for supporting him through his years at Chatelech. Mr. Sawyer for seeing the potential he has and not giving up on him. Mr. Smith for always being available. Mr. Davis for being the most amazing English teacher. And lastly, his loving family for all the time and effort they put into making sure James would make it across the stage. Simon Fern. Simon plans to become a teacher at the high school level. First, he will enroll in the Education Assistant Program at Capilano University and will then transfer to UBC to complete his education. He never thought his dream would be a lifetime inside a school. He thanks Matthew Friesen for his advice and guidance during his first year of high school, and he thanks his commanding officer with the 858 Air Cadet Squadron, David Douglas, for always being there and believing in him, even when some hopes and dreams were changed. Ethan Cockfield. Now that Ethan has finished high school, he plans to apply to BCIT with the goal of becoming a commercial airline pilot. Once he becomes a pilot, he wants to purchase a small plane and travel around North America for the span of a year. Ethan would like to show his appreciation and say thank you to all his teachers for all their hard work. Ethan recalls that one of the most memorable moments in high school was just the warm welcome that was shown to the students every morning. Neil Brosseau. Neil will always remember his time in the Carpentry Train and Trades program. He would like to thank his family and Mr. Michelli for all their support.
Good evening, grads. I am truly honored that you have asked me to speak to you tonight. I will do my best to make sure that you regret that decision by the time I'm done. To start with, I would like to acknowledge that this is not the grad that you were hoping for. But it is precisely the kind of event that builds resilience and makes you more nimble when the unexpected happens. More about that later. But for now, a story. Many years ago, when my son was in grade 4, I was helping him. Well, not really helping him. I was working on a school project for him in my woodworking shop when I had an incident with the table saw and lost the tip of my index finger on my left hand to the first knuckle. Let's not focus on the stupidity of this occurrence. I don't call it an accident because it was entirely avoidable, as are most accidents. Believe me, it has occurred to me that this was stupid and preventable. But that is not the point of this story. I shouted at my neighbor across the fence, and he bravely collected up the remnant of my finger and put it into a Ziploc bag with some ice. Then he took me to the hospital. But that's not the point of the story either, nor is how they said there is no point to sewing it back on. So what is the point of this story? My wife met me at the hospital, and after the prognosis, I looked at her and said one word: guitar. Having no tip to the index finger of my left hand would put a real damper on my guitar playing. That was a bit of a blow. They bandaged me up and sent me home for a few weeks of recovery and visits to the ambulatory care unit of the hospital. Upon returning from one of these visits, I found a little red box on top of a can of beer on our porch with a note that says, "I hope this helps." Well, the beer would certainly help, but what was in the box? With one hand and a bit of a struggle, I pulled the lid off to find this: a tiny hook that could mount on my finger. At first I was kind of like, what? And then I started laughing. My friend had taken a sort of tragedy and put it in a different light. Everyone needs a friend like that. He wasn't going to let me wallow in misery. But there was a deeper message too. What he was really saying was, now you can be a pirate. Do I get a parrot? One of those old-fashioned pistols that take 5 minutes to load and then misses the target once you get to fire it? Do I get a sword or a fancy hat? Do I get to grow my hair long? I swear the pandemic has forced this onto me. Now, I've been thinking about this. Many people have heroes, often millionaire sports stars, entertainers, world leaders, or even scientists, believe it or not. I'm not really a fan of actual people being heroes, because when a person aspires to emulate their hero, they find that it's really impossible, because that person has a particular history that has led them to prominence in the world. And it's disappointing to have a goal and fail to reach it, even if it is impossible. How can you become another person? You have a perfectly good person who you can be. You. In fact, you have everything you need to be you. A body and a brain. And that's all you need. But you just need to decide what you want to be and where you want to go. I also worry about the fallen hero that fails you because they are people and they are prone to making mistakes, often in spectacular fashion. If you have an actual person as a hero, it is difficult to ignore their indiscretions. I like better having an idea as a hero, a generalization, say like the idea of a pirate. Let's explore this for a moment. If you use an idea as a hero, you get to decide what parts you want to keep and the parts that you want to ignore. Believe it or not, pirates have a lot of positive attributes. Please don't get me wrong. I don't believe in violence of any sort, so my pirates are good guys. They don't use violence. They are benevolent pirates, kind of like the Robin Hoods of the sea. Their swords and daggers and cannons are just decorative. They're props. Oh, they wave them around and shoot off the cannon, but they would never hurt anyone. Remember, I get to decide what my pirates are like. My pirates are free to make their own decisions. My pirates pursue their chosen lifestyle. They hold their destiny in their own hands, and they don't put up with any abuse by anyone. They are hardworking. They like a party. They cooperate, and they are fearless. They have fun and explore. They meet new people and go on adventures. And they are not on Twitter and Instagram. Jack Sparrow once said, "Life's pretty good, and why wouldn't it be? I'm a pirate after all." This is a time of transition for you. It's not your first, and it won't be your last. This has been a challenging time for you. It's probably not your first, and it won't be your last. What we want for you as you move into the world is to be happy come what may. But there's no road to happiness. There's no pathway that we can illuminate for you that will lead you there. In fact, happiness is not a destination, but rather a state of mind. And it is one that you have to work for. What we have tried to give you these past years is not so much knowledge or understanding of concepts, but the tools to handle life's ups and downs. These tools come in many forms. It could have been a difficult math question, or a speech that you had to make in front of your peers, or it could have been running that last lap in the 12-minute run, or having to hang your painting in the foyer. All of these experiences add up to a sort of code for you to refer to when you're confronted with a decision or a challenge. We want for you to pursue what you want with a vengeance, an unrelenting effort. After all, to create something from nothing is difficult, and that is what you will be trying to do. You have to fight against inertia and entropy in order to organize the life that you want. You have a lot to do to create your life. No one is going to do it for you. We want for you to have and build resilience, as it is critical to success and happiness. I'm paraphrasing here, but it's all about getting up one more time than you are knocked down. But to get knocked down, you have to take risks. And risk is inherent in many of the things we do in life. And to get back up, you have to have a reason. So the risk has to be worth the reward. Be sure you choose to pursue things that you really want. We want for you to contribute to something bigger than yourself, as this is important to a person's happiness and their sense of worth. And we want for you to stand up against injustice, whether that injustice is against you or someone else. So ultimately, we want you to be happy. We have given you a code to help you be resilient against the difficulties of life, and we want you to stand up against injustice and to contribute to the greater good. But that, of course, is only half the story. While educators work hard to create a certain environment where learning can take place, it is the learners who determine what happens. It is the students who bring their unique passions to their school life. It is the students who bring out the best in themselves and others and decide what kind of school they want. It's not that the teachers don't matter. We've spent the last 5 years working to get you to see the world the way we want you to. But make no mistake, you have shown up every day with your particular enthusiasm or quirky sense of humor or kind of resilience when things don't go your way. You have stood up when you have fallen. You have spoken against injustice and ultimately changed the way we see the world. It is you that have made Chatelech the school it is while you've been here. You have mattered a great deal to us day after day, week after week, and year after year. Hopefully, you can pick an idea for your hero. I'm not saying you have to be a pirate. Pick something. An idea that reflects what you want in your life. Resilience, love, freedom, treasure, a parrot. Oh, wait. I think maybe you do need to be a pirate, especially if you want the parrot. As many of you may know, I am off on my own adventure. I've got a ship, and I'm finally going to be a pirate. So why don't you join me? As Captain Jack Sparrow once said, "Not all treasure is silver and gold, mate." And it has to be. Thank you.
We are most pleased to welcome to the stage your 2020 valedictorian, Skylar Moore.
Congratulations to all the parents, family members, friends, and supporters who are watching us on your screen. You've done it. You've helped us graduate. When I say you, I mean all of you. You've supported us through the sleepovers, gas money, homework help, snacks, and advice we didn't want to hear. By supporting your child at home, you helped them come to school ready to learn, which was a ripple effect to the rest of our class. And I want to say thank you to all of the parents that were not only paying attention to their own child, but their child's friends and other classmates. You may not realize it, but you may be the reason some of us are on this stage today. Because sometimes a friend's house isn't just somewhere to watch TV, it's somewhere to belong and to be shown that you are valued. So on behalf of my classmates, thank you. Now, most importantly, congratulations to the Chatelech graduating class of 2020. It feels like it's taken eons to get here, yet it came too soon. It feels like only last year I was crying on my first day at kindergarten, only to be pleasantly distracted by Mr. Lucier 5 minutes later in a fairy princess costume. Mr. Lucier was one of the many teachers who reassured us along the way and made us feel safe. Although he may have been the only one to cover himself in sparkles to do it. Something I love about our class is how many of us traveled this 13-year journey together. Although some may have lost touch by switching elementary schools, entering grade 8 brought us back to a unit. Grade 8 threw us some unexpected curveballs. Between the 12-minute run and Miss Macron's do-a-tangs, was high school really better? September of 2019, we walked into the school knowing this was our time. We were, well, at least I know I was, ready to dominate. We now had things we could claim as ours. The parking lot, the upstairs hallway, Mr. Weatherston's room, the weight room, basically the whole school. Some of us walked into our grad year knowing this was the ultimate slack-off time. We had it all, even our own lounge. And those who were slightly more academically oriented walked in knowing this was just the beginning of hard work. No matter what our first thoughts and excitements were, they were all cut short by Mr. Sawyer's core values. With the high-vis blue posters plastered over every wall, senior year was looking a lot less fun. Once we caught on with the mini speeches given in the halls about these 4 simple words, we knew what was coming at our first assembly. As he performed a flamboyant interpretive dance explaining how important these words to our school community, all we could do was watch speechless. And if you know me well, this doesn't happen often. Even though we bugged Mr. Sawyer about them, our core values did teach us a lot. These values embody all that our school supports and represents. Values that I'm grateful we have. They lay the foundation of whatever we may choose to build from here. For the last time, grads, show me as I reflect on our core values: integrity, respect, responsibility, and empathy. We witnessed and performed these values throughout our daily lives. Soon, they became natural to us. You showed us empathy when Miss Litticoat and Miss Legault supported the Saga Club, and our school painted a rainbow crosswalk to bring awareness to inclusion. We showed you respect when our class came out to support our haunted house, and we raised over $1,000 for our local food bank. Miss McQueen in the office showed us integrity every day as we walked into the school and was greeted with a caring smile and always honest feedback. We showed responsibility by planning grad fundraisers for the school and the community. When I asked my class how they would describe us as a group, to no surprise, this is what they said: energetic, spontaneous, inventive, ambitious, unique, uncertain, chaotic yet collected, adventurous. We know what we want and we get things done. As individuals and as a group, we have grown. Through this, we've stayed ourselves and only added to our good qualities. What I love about our group is how dynamic we are. When I started writing my speech, I asked myself why I love our class and what makes us dynamic and unique. Of course, I don't have time to say everything that came to mind, but I wanted to share a few. I don't know if I'll ever meet someone who reads as fast as Aurora, someone as entertaining as Regan and Rogan, someone who can spit plain facts like Ethan C., someone kinder than Jasmine, someone who can drink as much coffee as Jen, someone as talented at filmmaking as Jackson and Carmen, someone more thoughtful than Ash, someone who loves trees as much as Isaiah, someone as feisty as Nachika, someone as fun-loving as Ethan H., or someone who loves Pitch Perfect as much as Julian. However, we didn't develop like this on our own. Our school and principals need to be recognized for the support. We wouldn't have been able to be ourselves without our kind and generous community and staff. And of course, each other. Without a doubt, we've had our falling outs and our disputes. But through the ups and downs of getting stuck at Manning, Science 9 with Mr. Jash, and filming outsider videos with Mr. Derby, we've always come back together. Now, as we walk across this stage, all we can do is take with us are those memories and the lessons learned. Today signifies a new chapter in our lives, one where we start our journey of true independence, and where our decision-making skills become actually necessary. As I wrap up today, I want to share the most important lessons I've learned throughout high school. Do not base your decisions off of others' opinions or intentions for you. Keeping others happy is not worth keeping yourself unhappy. Trust me. Through the years, I've had more than enough adults and friends tell me their opinions on what I should be doing with my life. And at times, I've listened. However, thanks to my mom, I've learned to do what you are passionate about and to take a step back once you no longer have a smile on your face. Be willing to take risks and make mistakes. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone because you think you'll be embarrassed. Being able to put yourself in a situation where you might be wrong will be your biggest learning point. You never know what will fit until you try it on. Life should be fun. When you feel yourself getting too serious, take a dance party. Don't sweat the small stuff. There will always be more chances. Well, guys, we didn't only make it through high school, we made it through a global pandemic. So I want to acknowledge our 2020 graduates and give special congratulations for making it here on stage. Even though our September dreams of prom and graduation did not come true, our graduation is going down in the history books, and that, my friends, is more than any other Chatelech grad class can claim. Happy Grad 2020.
On behalf of all of us at Chatelech Secondary and all the dignitaries gathered today, we thank you for your participation in the 2020 Chatelech Secondary School graduation ceremony. Congratulations, grads. The world awaits you.